Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to another replay analysis. Today we'll be checking out Night Stalker Offlane replay played by VG.Fade. Played it in this game. Wow, everyone has really nice cosmetics. Yeah, anyway, so we're just gonna check out and see how he plays this hero. Recently, I think Night Stalker's win rate increased by quite a bit, so it'll be pretty cool to see if we can learn anything on how to take advantage of this hero in our pub games. So as usual, we'll be hopping into player perspective and checking out all the items he builds, skill builds, the way he fights, all the way from start of the game until the end.
This one's in the bag.
Alright, so here we go. So he starts off with plenty of regen. He's got a tango, 6 tangos, and a healing salve. Night Stalker's not a very good laner because when it's not nighttime, he's basically a really tanky melee creep. That's essentially what he is. So you definitely want to stock up on as much regen as possible so that you don't feed. He queues up a Querying Blade so they can last hit better. He's just really weak in lane, which is why he is not that popular for a hero to spam in the offlane, especially if you know that you're gonna be playing solo. Really wouldn't recommend playing Night Stalker because you can get forced out of lane very easily. Looks like it's gonna be a tough lane already. We've got a Treant Protector, Lich, and a Juggernaut, so definitely the kill potential in this lane is very high. Oh, he actually steals the rune. Alright, what a player. So glad that worked out for him. So he's just going back and doing the standard offlane creep block. Wants to make the range creep go in front. Gonna see that happen in a moment here. There we go. Always want to make the range creep go in front, guys. Makes the lane much easier for yourself. Maybe something worth mentioning is that let's just go back. Something about the dire creep wave on the offlane is actually very interesting. So look at the direction of the creeps. This is a thing I've been noticing in my own games as well. Like when the creeps reach this particular spot, they move all the way to the left hand side here, which is why Fade is also positioning his hero to compensate for this. So the creeps actually zigzag their way from here and then now they're going here. So when body blocking, it's something worth remembering. So he goes to pick up the Querying Blade. Gonna see how he does the lane. Uses the Void to get a last hit. Definitely want to do that, because if he were to walk up himself to this wave, the Lich is going to ice armor the Jug, and then the Jug is gonna spin, and then he's just gonna feed. Alright, so just gonna pause it here because the Dark Willow is doing something really cool. He is essentially doing the offlane creep cutting trick. He's just going to put his body inside the lane and drag the creeps until the next wave spawns. So if you're the offlaner and you're in an impossible lane, this is something you can do at the start. Let's say you're offlane solo. This is what you need to do. You need to go all the way behind the tower, drag the creep that spawns at the 30-second mark, drag it around here until it spawns again at the 1-minute mark, and then now make the creeps just follow you all the way into your tower so that you can get some easy EXP. So definitely this, if you're a support in the hard lane, you also want to be the one doing this for your team as well. Doesn't have to be the offlaner who does it. So right now you can see the counter actually to this move. I think the Dark Willow sort of fucked it up a bit because okay, if you want to succeed in this pool, it's very important not to drag the wave into this zone here, because the supports can just aggro the neutral creeps and then all the creeps will just aggro into the camp. So the Dark Willow made a mistake here. He should have just walked up this way and then into the tower here. So by bringing it here, he essentially makes it so that the creeps will be held up over here. Jugs are last sitting under the tower, that's fine, but ideally you want this to be here. So we'll see if it works out. So just switch back to Fade here. So you can see the creeps are actually dying to the neutrals You definitely don't want to be sharing EXP like this. But it's good that Fade is prioritizing the neutral creep last hits.
We're going to own the night.
I guess it worked out in the end because the creeps are still following him over here. He'll be able to get level 3 at the very least. So I guess it's not that bad. But yeah, so already you can see we can pick up a couple of tips from this lane. The lane is very hard, so they do the creep cutting. Maybe could have been done better, but still, it gives him a lot of CS. And that's a level 3. Alright. So he goes ahead and picks out the boots, makes it so that the Jug cannot run him down with the spin. However, with the ice armor, you can see that this lane is it's fucking impossible. The moment the Lich puts the ice armor on the Jug, it's very easy for the Jug to run him down with the spin, even with the boots. So that's very unfortunate. So he dies. So you can see that the Dark Willow doing the creep cutting at the start was very crucial, because without it he would have just sat in lane and did nothing and be forced out of EXP range. Oh no, they're gonna do it again. So Jack with the spin is off cooldown and he dies again. Alright, so Alright guys, so this is what I'm talking about. You can see how easily the enemy Lich and Jug can just kill him over and over. So imagine if he at level 1 he didn't ask the Dark Willow to come over here and do the crit cutting trick, his lane would have been lost right at the start. So remember, when you are when you're starting a game and you realize that the enemy lane has a lot of kill potential on you, just fuck it, just go over here, just drag the creeps, TP back to your tower and get your level 3. Very easy. So he underestimated the kill potential on this lane again, and that's why he dies. Very, very sad. We'll see how he recovers from this. No more TP, he has to walk all the way back, so it's the walk of shame, definitely very, very rough. Dark Willow comes in, tries to help him out, but it's looking quite hard. Lich and Jug is a very, very strong lane, so whenever you face it in the pubs, just be very careful. This I have died to this many times. It's so ridiculous. Like, they do so much damage and they can just keep spamming it because the cooldowns are pretty short. You've got a Frost Shield that can be spammed, you got a Blade Fury that can be spammed. Yeah, the kill potential is very high. Definitely want to do whatever you can to stay out of the lane, either by creep pulling or creep blocking, or you know, just getting a support to help you out. Because if you're solo against this kind of lineup, you're just gonna end up feeding over and over and over again. And on a hero like Night Stalker that needs to snowball, it's definitely not ideal. Very nice. He debates the Lich, make him go for the deny last hit on the range on the neutral, and then he just attacks it himself. So the runes are gonna spawn, which is why he's positioning around this area. Definitely wants to prevent the Lich from getting this bounty. So now it's nighttime. He should be thinking about getting more active on the map, since it's impossible for him to lane at bot. But I think he'll probably want a little bit more EXP before he starts to roam. Picks out a TP scroll from the side shop. Notice how he totally gives up trying to contest the Jug in lane, because he knows that it's not gonna happen. So he decides to go for the Lich instead. As an offlaner, if you're in a lane which you know that the carry is impossible to be contested, you want to go for the support instead. Because most often the lane will be like, there's going to be a strong carry and a weak support. And right now it looks like he's going for the weak support. There we go. So see, that's the strategy right there. You want to go for the hero that cannot fight you. Like the Jug can fight him really easily, so he just went for the Lich instead. And he got a very nice kill. And now he's just going to go back to the fountain to shrine up. So at level 4 at nighttime, you know, you can see that he does insane amount of damage. Night Stalker definitely needs the nighttime to be very effective. So in lane he was really weak, just died like twice, but nighttime he can dive the lich under the tower, so it's a very big difference. Need to understand the timings on this hero, so they can avoid feeding and making very bad dives. So now that the big creep wave is pushing into his tower, he is actually going to stay in lane. Previously, the creeps were at a very bad spot, very near to the enemy safe lane tower, so he was hiding in the jungle and trying to contest the pulse instead. But now that the creeps are pushing in, there's a double range creep wave coming in, so he's just gonna stay here and get his level 6. So you can see that at night time the Jug cannot even afford to fight the Night Stalker. So he's actually going in on this. Very interesting that he went for the third point in Hunter in the night, maybe just for the movement speed. But I think that if he had went for the Void at level 3, he might have been able to kill the Jug. Maybe. So the Treant rotates for the Juggernaut here. So it's a little bit of space. Lich rotates top. Now he's just gonna walk back to base and get some regen going. He's building into an urn, which is good because Night Stalker is a ganking hero. I think for urn it's a very nice item for him to have. Gives him strength, gives him stats, and the ability to sustain himself. And also later on it builds into a Giga Urn. Spirit Vessel I mean. And that makes it so that he can gank even more effectively, and with some insane solo kill potential. Spirit Vessel this game is actually pretty good too, because there's a lot of healing on the enemy side. There's healing ward and there is the living armor. So right now he is just looking in the jungle, looking for ganks, but unfortunately the enemy team is playing very safely, so he won't be able to find anyone here. Decides to go top instead. As Night Stalker at night time, you don't want to be sitting lane, you want to be ganking like what he's doing. But this is probably why you know, most people don't spam this hero that much, because it's very reliant on your team to make plays, and if you are useless in the night time, you basically don't do anything. So yeah, I mean his team wasn't in position there for the kills and the fight, so he just ends up dying right after his carry. So this is actually very bad. Maybe Lina will be able to pick up some kills here. Oh my god, they lose the courier as well. This is so bad. Okay, finally they get the kill, but it's very bad. So you can see, right, you're definitely not a hero that can man fight the enemy. Even though he just rushed in with his ultimate and tried to fight like 3 people there, he just got nuked down. So even though you're very strong in the nighttime, you don't want to be rushing in like that. You want to make sure your team is in position to back you up. And also, going back to the point that I brought up just now, for this hero, it can feel really frustrating to play, especially if your team doesn't communicate. Because just now you saw that he wanted to help and gank. He was moving around bot, he was going all the way here. So he used up so much time, and in the end, still died without getting any EXP or gold for those kills. So he's sitting at 1, 3 and 0. Definitely not where you want to be as a Night Stalker. And now he's probably going to be AFK for the next like 4 minutes until it's nighttime again. So the timings on this hero and communication is very important. I don't know, I think personally I wouldn't be spamming this hero in my pub games, cause it's so reliant on being able to pull off successful ganks. But we'll see how he recovers from this. Just gonna stay in lane and get some farm. Yep. Which is certain death. The combo is just too sick. Maybe he shouldn't be so far forward in the lane like that. But in any case, it's a very hard lane. And someone needs to be in the lane anyway, so no choice, has to be him. Now that his ultimate is on cooldown, he does have some leeway to do some ganks. We'll see where he goes from this. Like you can see, the Dark Widow was forced to TP as well because of the freaking disgusting Frost Armor and Spin combo. Oracle might end up dying here unless he baits. Nah, that's way too much damage. Alright. So Lina decides... no, Lina's coming back. Oh well. I was about to say maybe they swap lanes with the Lina so that he can get some EXP here. But it seems that they're giving up on the bot lane. So yeah, Night Stalker is definitely not a very strong laner, guys. We can see that in this game it's a very hard game for him. Definitely not having the game he wants. His skill build is pretty interesting though. He opts to go for the Hunter in the Night max.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Not very common. Most people will max out the Void, I think, with value point in the Crippling Fear, then maybe 2 points in the Hunter. But I assume that in this game, maybe he's going this skill build because he wants the movement speed to escape from the Lich Armor and the Spin. So he's TPing in for this right now. I will expect him to pop the ultimate very soon. There we go. And they're just gonna run down the jug. So it's a very nice rotation by him. Makes use of the ultimate to get a very nice, much needed kill on the Juggernaut actually. Looks like the enemy team is still moving in for this. They want to kill off the Luna. Luna jukes the stun. He's coming in with the ultimate. But without the point in the silence, he can't really man fight this. Oh, now that the Lina managed to delete the Leshrac, then they come in for another kill. So it's very nice. Okay, they're recovering very, very nicely, even with the bounty on the enemy team. So that was an example of a very successful fight. He was around with his team at the right time, managed to pop the ultimate, and it lasted long enough for them to get those multiple kills. So it's very good recovery. So you can see how important it is for your team to be ready for you when you take those fights. Unfortunately, Lina gets taken out by the Juggernaut. Nothing much you can do. Just going back to base to refuel his HP and mana until nighttime hits in about a few seconds.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So his team is fighting at the wrong time once again. It's daytime, he can't really back them up. So they're just gonna end up feeding probably. Oracle's gonna die. Yep. So you always have to make sure you communicate with your team. Tell them that it's nighttime, I'm strong now, let's go. Or I have my ultimate, let's go. So if it's daytime and they are thinking about fighting, just tell them please don't wait for me and stuff. Very unfortunate. If it was nighttime he could have killed him there, but yep. Bounty was too fast. I think his skill build was a mistake though. You definitely want the Crippling Fear so that you can actually alright, there we go. He takes a point in the Crippling Fear. Cause Crippling Fear is actually so strong at night. It's a 5-second silence, AoE. With your Dark Ascension, no one can get away from you. He might want to use Dark Ascension here. He does not use Dark Ascension here. Okay. Alright. That's rough. He gets ganked mid.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
You're not the one of those tanky offlaners that can stand on the front lines. So definitely he overestimated the tankability there. Important not to make the same mistake when you're playing Night Stalker. You should always be hovering around the edges of the fight and picking people off, not all the way in front. That's not your job. Now Lina's probably gonna get ganked here. This laning stage is actually pretty bad. Like really bad. He's going for a Midas. I guess. I mean, if the game is so shit, might as well play for the late game, right? He almost got it already, so it's not too bad. Oh, Luna gets caught here. Oh, his team is just getting ran at. Alright, so hopefully he's able to pick someone off over here. Oh, the Treant tried to go for the courier, but he's just gonna pay with his life. Very nice. So they managed to get one pick off. Definitely want to get more though. Luna is... Let's check out her net worth. I'm curious. Yeah, his team's net worth's not looking that good, but it's not exactly that bad either, all things considered. So I mean, if your team's not ready to really fight the enemy head on right now, then there's nothing wrong with farming up like a Midas or, you know, just getting some farm going. Holy shit, they're just... enemy is just ganking non-stop. Oh buddy, I don't think that was a very good TP. Okay, alright, very interesting. This is definitely not one of his better games, man. If I were him, I would have just Dark Ascension then ran out. Alright, we'll see what happens here. The enemy team is moving in, taking the tier 2s. They got Lashrex, so the towers just melt. Ooh! Oh, they almost busted the Juggernaut there. I mean the bounty. But now Oracle's out of position. He ultis himself. Juggernaut is out of position right now. He goes in with the silence. What a player. So he gets the kill on the Juggernaut, cause the Jug is not able to TP or use the ultimate. Or use the spin for that matter. I think you use the Dark Ascension now, bro. Dark Ascension, Dark Ascension. He doesn't use the Dark Ascension. I think he should just use the Dark Ascension there. But regardless, you can see why getting 1 point in Crippling Fear is so good. He essentially killed the Jug all by himself by making sure that the Jug couldn't really do anything to escape from that situation. Just kept the silence on him. 5-second silence, that's complete death to a Juggernaut. Alright, pops the Jug Ascension. And now he's moving in. Pops the Courier. Holy shit, that was a very good snipe on the Courier. It's a Mitro Hammer and a Perseverance. That is more than 4k gold on the Courier right now. Fortunately, the enemy is moving in full force. Goes for the Crippling Fear. But he gets stuck by the Treant. And now just probably gonna... Oh! Very nice. He flew over the neutral camp and made the Omnissiah jump over to the creeps. So that was a very nice play. I think he's just gonna die right now because his Dark Ascension ran out. Yep, he hits a Goner. Okay, that wasn't good. That wasn't good. But fortunately, the Luna is pushing the lanes in, so Radiant can't really make any plays. Alright. Let's see what he goes for next. Oracle gets caught. More and more track kills. No. So sad.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Just farming up until the next night time. Yeah, I don't like Night Stalker because you know you force your team to play so passively for like you know most every 5 minutes. But you know we're just here to check out how to play this hero. All right, so they have a nice smoke. They get scouted out by I don't know what though. Oh, it's the Lich. Alright, so he goes in with the Dark Ascension and he's activating the Crippling Fear so that the Treant can't get off any spells. And now he's moving in for the Lich. There we go. Juggernaut is a DD, so you better be careful. Now right now they're running after the Bounty Hunter. He needs one more hit. One more hit. There we go. Triple kill for him. And now Juggernaut is suddenly all alone. He's probably going to use the Crippling Fear. Nice, nice. And then they're just going to burst him down. Wow, that was an amazing fight. Okay. That was amazing. Alright, alright. Let's take a look at the fight again in slow motion. Because I think this is very good. This is a very good example of how to fight as Night Stalker. Okay, so here we go. We go slow motion, yeah? So he looks around, he sees that the enemy team is all the way at the back, pops the Dark Ascension, and activates the Crippling Fear immediately so that there is no counterplay from the Treant. The Treant had his ultimate, but with the silence on him, he wasn't able to get it off. And because of that, I think the fight turned around. See, he was like mid-animation. If the Treant had gotten off the overgrowth there, I think his team would have just died to the freaking Chain Frost bouncing around. So he takes out the Lich with a Void. He's not on the front lines this time. You always want to be on the sidelines of the fight, looking for opportunities to come in and beat on some fools like the Bounty Hunter right here. So this is what you want to be doing. You want to be on the edges, picking off all those people running away, and then using your mobility to chase them down. And then right now that the bounty is taken care of, he moves back in with his team. So the Dark Ascension wears off, but the Lina gets off a good use. And as the Juggernaut comes down, he immediately uses the Crippling Fear so that the Jug cannot spin out of his out of this. Not that he has spin anyway, but it was a good heads-up play to follow up on the initiation with the Crippling Fear. So yeah, it was a very good fight. Very, very good fight.
Radiant structures are
So right now he's gonna finish up his Spirit Vessel.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
I think that was the first good fight that his team actually took. So now he's gonna get a lot of farm over here. And in about 1.5 minutes it's gonna be nighttime. So it's gonna be his time to shine again. I guess as Night Stalker, when it's daytime, you just want to be just chilling, farming. When the opportunity presents itself, you want to use Dark Ascension. Alright, and right now they just debated the Bounty Hunter into a very bad position. Keeps the Spirit Vessel going on him, but the Living Armor is a bit too sick, and the Bounty Hunter is a bit too fast. Because fuck that hero, Bounty Hunter is insane. Going for a Vlad's for some sustain. Alright, so they smoke up again, looking for some pickoffs. Not sure about this play though, they got Aegis right now, but we'll see. Oh, the Crippling Fear! The Crippling Fear almost kills off the Jug here. They initiated on the wrong guy. And now he's probably gonna run down the Lich. One more hit should do it. Bam! Bam! There we go. Alright. So all things considered, it went pretty well. They got the Aegis popped. But they can't fight this. They got initiated on and it's not looking good. So he disengages and goes back to farming. Probably want to TP back soon. There we go.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Just uses the crippling fear to try to initiate, but he gets used by the Leshrac. Oh, fortunately, the Dark Widow stuns them with a very nice W.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Alright, and now the Radiant is forced to retreat. So they actually held, even though it's 3v5, because it's nighttime and Night Stalker is a boss.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Illusion.
Alright, so he sees Juggernaut at the secret shop area, goes there quick.
A tithe to the impurities.
Just doing some minor scouting, I guess. He's just trying to find some stragglers that he can solo kill, like maybe the Bounty or the Lich. So I guess the Midas is paying off. He's catching up in levels, catching up in form. Let's see how the levels looking. It's actually pretty good. He's on par with the Juggernaut, which had a very easy lane. Yeah, second highest level in this game. So Midas is actually a very good comeback item on Night Stalker. Attack speed is nice, and it suits his playstyle because you got periods of farming and periods of ganking. Uh oh, looks like bottom is in some trouble here, but I think Lina can get out. Movement speed is pretty fast.
Radiant's top tower.
Alright, so they're preparing to fight right now. Just gonna... Okay, Juggernaut gets feared. Alright, here we go. So he leads in with the crippling fear, but gets stunned. Oracle puts the second skill on him. He disengages because this is not looking good. Oracle gets deleted. Nope, uses the ultimate on himself. Okay. He's just waiting for opportune time to use the Dark Ascension. Juggernaut uses the spin, so I think now is a good time to turn around with the Crippling Fear. There we go, there we go. So now he uses the Crippling Fear on the Jug, who cannot ultimate or spin, and he just dies. So that was a very nice play. Now he uses the Dark Ascension to chase down all the fleeing heroes. Goes over the cliff. Probably going to juke the stun from the Leshrac. Nope, it was actually the second skill, and then he just uses the Void. Leshrac used himself, so he immediately goes for the Treant, who thinks he can hide from the Batman. Sorry, it's Bounty Hunter that can't hide from the Batman. So Bounty Hunter gets used. Uses the Spirit Vessel on him. Yep. And it's probably gonna die, right? Oh, takes out the awesome ward because why not? It's certain death. Just gonna avoid him one time, and it's a kill. There we go. It's a kill. Holy shit! The Bounty Hunter actually lived for a very long time, but whatever. All right, so there we go. We have classic Night Stalker team fighting 101, and also introduction to why Crippling Fear is a very OP ability at night. Cause the Juggernaut just got freaking deleted before he could even use the Omni Slash. So that was very game winning by him. He waited until the Juggernaut committed a spin, and then he used the Crippling Fear to just wreck him. So definitely redeemed himself here. So just gonna speed ahead until the next section takes place. So he's just gonna clear out the jungles, push in the waves, very standard stuff here. Midas the big creep. Always want to Midas big creep for maximum value. Blah 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 blah. Alright, we got a fight going on. Nope, it's just a pick off on a Dark Willow. It's a pause, Oracle, DCs.
Radiant Dire's top
Just farming, waiting.
Dire's top shrine is under attack. Has fallen.
It's daytime, so he can redo shit.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
They're just waiting to defend, I think. Here we go. Daytime can't do shit. Farm.
Dire are scanning.
Alright, so now they are ready. They smoked up. They're moving mid. Alright, so he goes for a BKB, which is a very smart choice. Many times he went in with the Dark Ascension and he got stunned by the Lashrak used, whatever. So BKB is actually pretty good. He's really tanky right now with freaking 3.3k HP. Went for the health and strength talents to make sure that he can tank on the front lines. Since his team doesn't have the frontliners, he will have to be the hero in front to tank all the damage, which also explains his item choices. He went for a Black King bar, and his talent choices are very smart as well. He knows that he needs to be on the front lines, goes for the health and the strength, so now he's very tanky, insanely tanky. Okay, so for the other talents, with mana and lifesteal, not really that good because as a Night Stalker, he has the Vlads already, and for mana, don't really think this hero suffers from mana problems. You just want to be able to survive through the entire fight, and that's what the health and the strength talents are for. And in this game, more damage is always good, so he went for the 50 damage. He's already very fast with the Hunting the Night, so plus 40 movement speed seems a bit much overkill. You'd rather go for the damage since he didn't really build into any damage items. Alright, looks like we've got a fight going on. The Oracle gets jumped, gets chopped down by the Juggernaut. It's not nighttime yet, so it's a very bad time to fight, but he just pops the Dark Ascension and goes in. Tanks the Omni Slash because he's very tanky. And now he's chasing after the Bounty Hunter. Alright, now that he's free from the Overgrowth, he just goes in. Just pops the BKB so that he can main fight everyone while standing in the middle of everyone. Uses the Crippling Fear, and right now he is soloing, pushing back the entire enemy team with the BKB and the Crippling Fear, and now they're just gonna clean up. He's going after the Bounty Hunter right now. He's gonna dust. No dust. Why didn't you use your dust? Okay, it's on cooldown, but alright. They take out the Lashrak. Okay. And now they're gonna get Roche, and it's probably gonna be the push that ends the game. So that was insane, right? You saw that he, all by himself with the BKB pop and the Crippling Fear active, he was chasing back all 4 members of the enemy team. So that was very impressive. Very strong. Very manly. Oh, right now that Lich is coming up, don't know for what reason. And he just gets torn apart.
Sustains me.
Gets the cheese. And I think this is just game. It's just game. There's no way they can fight the Night Stalker at this point. He's got 3000 HP. Thanks to the Lunar Aura. And just like smacking this tower down. It's nighttime, so he's very strong now. If he wanted to, he can just BKB and run in with the Crippling Fear. Holy shit, he actually does it, but luckily the Jug has a BKB. So essentially, you force a hero like Jug to buy a BKB so that they can counter you. That's how strong Night Stalker is. He popped the cheese at the very last moment, and now he's just going in. He's just going ham right now. Crippling Fear, the Jug BKB is over so that he's not able to actually get off the spin, and he just dies inside the Crippling Fear. Look at that shit. He just dies inside the freaking Crippling Fear without using the Omni Slash. The Jug who bought a BKB, he still dies without ever getting any of his spells off. So it's really insane how Night Stalker can just win the game in the late game. Like, this hero is so fucking strong with with the Crippling Fear. It's like this spell is nuts in the late game. And this was a very nice example of how to play this hero in the late game. Even though the early game looked a bit shaky, yeah, he pulled through in the mid to late game. They made some very nice ganks, had some very nice team fights, and Crippling Fear is OP. Alright, so this was a very nice game to watch. Very impressed by the way he took the fights in the late game, and eventually they won. Alright, very nice game.